It is now time to quilt this super cute, super yummy donut Amore quilt. And the good thing is, maybe it's a cool and good thing, it's not wider than a width of fabric. So this is like 30, it's 30 like 8, I think. I'll have to remeasure it when I get on the long arm, but I can fit it on a width of fabric. So that means 1, I don't have to piece anything, and 2, I can kind of look in my stash to see what I have. And I mean, this quilt is wild and crazy on the front. Why not make it a little wilder and crazier on the back with this? And so the reason why I chose this one, there's so many colors in here to choose from. Yes, the pink kind of makes it more girly, but I mean, we've got so much fun going on here. And the purple on the stars will tie in perfectly because I have more of this that I plan to use for the binding. So I haven't cut that yet. I've got to find where I put my piece of fabric while my mom and I were reorganizing this room, but that's my plan. So I'm gonna quilt it. I'm almost thinking just doing that one pantograph I have that is just like bubble kind of circlies, because I think that'll look good and kind of represent the donut shape. I'm gonna see whether I have a pink thread or a purple thread that's gonna go good, or even like a bluish gray, because then that'll just like blend into the front and just put some nice circlies on the back and just be a whole lot of fun. So that's my plan. I'm gonna measure this, add a couple inches to cut my backing. I probably have to piece some more batting because that is what I'm doing right now. One of my big piles over both off to this side and in my closet over there are batting scraps. So I'm really trying to whittle those down, Frankenstein some batting together and get that all cleared out, so then I can feel good about starting fresh with new batting scraps. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for this quilt, for the last quilt, for some other quilts coming up. So we're gonna have a lot of Frankenstein batting, either with zigzagging and using up some M-class bobbin thread or my batting tape that I have. So we'll see what dealer's choice comes to assemble my batting today. So I'm gonna measure this, measure that, so I can cut this, and then I'll meet you at my long arm. So as usual, I've already changed one thing. So quilt top didn't change, my Frankenstein batting didn't change, my backing didn't change, my pantograph stayed the same, but I decided to go with this cloud blue thread. It's actually seems to be a pretty good match to this, and I think it's gonna read a little more on the neutral side instead of having like hot pink circles going through there, as fun as that would be. I think it's busy and crazy enough that it just needs a little bit calming thread. And I think the blue circles will be totally fine here on the back with those pink and purple. So let's get down to donut business. So here's our circly little donuts on the front with our hearts, super, super cute. And then on the back, we've got these nice light blue circles, kind of just giving it some texture and something a little bit different. Kind of look like planets on the back, I guess, with the stars. So I'm gonna trim this up. We're gonna put some binding on it and check it off the list. It is now time for the delicious reveal of the Donut Amore quilt. And I think it's just so funny and so cute and so fun all at the same time. Like, who would have thought these fabrics would have paired so well together? I made these fun little prints and I just think it's the greatest thing ever. And if it was bigger, I'd be like, I don't know if I need a donut quilt. So I think the purple binding was the perfect addition just to kind of tie it all together. I'm glad I had enough of that. And the backing is just as fun. That light blue thread really doesn't show up too much on there, which is perfect. I almost wish I did a slightly different pantograph that still had the circles in there, but had a little different wave to them. But either way, I think this is just so perfectly fun. And I can't wait for it to get gifted. It was so perfect. I even went to my guild meeting this month and somebody put some donut fabric on the free table and somebody else grabbed it up super quick, or I would have snatched it to see if I could make a matching pillowcase, because that would have been equally just as fun. But I do have more of this pink that I could probably do a matching pillowcase once I get back in the pillowcase groove of things. But in the meantime, let's take this little cutie outside, do a quilt drop, and give you some final reveal photos.